This scholarship will give you up to £45,000 to study in the UK. But before we get into it, if you are new here, you are welcome to my channel. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share and comment and help support my channel. Let's get started. Today we are at the University of Bristol and we are going to talk about their Think Big Scholarship. So it says applications for Think Big Scholarships are now open. Use the application guidance to help you complete your Think Big undergraduate or postgraduate scholarship application for 2025 entry. So this is the application form for undergraduates and this is for postgraduates. When you come here, it says our Think Big international scholarships for undergraduate and postgraduate students could help you fund your UK study at the University of Bristol. We've invested up to £6 million in Think Big Scholarship to help international students come to Bristol in 2025. These scholarships are for applicants with overseas fee status who have applied for an eligible undergraduate or master's course. Now let's click on the application guidance and get all the details on both scholarships. Here we have the deadlines for both and it says Think Big undergraduate scholarships applications will close on 24th February 2025 and then Think Big postgraduate scholarships applications will close on 23rd April 2025. These are the application guidance for the undergraduate and postgraduate. So you're going to start with the undergraduate. If you are looking for the postgraduate application, you can just skip forward. This is the introduction and it says this document provides an overview of a full application form and the process for the Think Big International Scholarship Scheme at the University of Bristol. Please note, you must apply to study before applying for the scholarship. If you have not yet submitted an application to study at Bristol starting in September 2025, then you cannot apply for a scholarship. This means before you can apply to this scholarship, you must apply for an undergraduate program at the University of Bristol. Then when we come down here, we have about Think Big. It says the Think Big Scholarship Scheme offers tuition fee scholarships of up to £13,000 per year of study, as well as one-off bursaries of up to £3,000 to support prospective international students at the University of Bristol. So for undergraduate students, you are going to receive £13,000 each year for your period of study, and you are going to also receive a stipend of £3,000. Now let's see the eligibility criteria for the scholarship. And it says to be eligible for the university's undergraduate scholarships, you must have applied to an undergraduate course at the University of Bristol with the exception of medicine, dentistry and veterinary science, which means these three programs are not eligible for the scholarship. Then the second one is you must start your undergraduate course in September 2025. Then you must be classed as an overseas student for fee-paying purposes. This basically means you should be an international student. Then you must not already be in receipt of other funding which would equate to more than the full cost of tuition fees alongside Bristol Scholarship. This also means you must not have any other scholarship which is equal to the amount you would pay for your tuition in Bristol University. And then you must have a UCAS ID, student ID or Kaplan ID. Then the last one is you must meet or exceed the entry requirements as stated in your formal UCAS offer before 31st August 2025 and confirm the University of Bristol as your firm choice offer in UCAS. Remember, you do not need to have received a formal offer to study at the University of Bristol, but you will need to have applied to an eligible course. So you don't have to wait to receive an offer before you can apply to the scholarship. You can apply to the scholarship after you've made your application for your program. Next, we have funding, and it says your Think Big Scholarship will be applied as a tuition fee waiver directly to your tuition fees. No cash alternative is offered. Your tuition fees will be adjusted at the time of your enrollment at the university. The discount is applied each year you are studying at the university. Think Big scholarships will not be applied for any years not spent at the university. Example, a placement here in industry or study abroad. In addition to scholarship awards, you may be awarded a bursary of up to £3,000. So as I already said, you are going to receive a tuition fee waiver and a £3,000 stipend. And the scholarship is going to be applied each year while you are studying at the university. Then we have how to navigate the application form. Now, this is basically talking about how to apply, how to fill the form, all the details you need to help you fill this form. The first thing is there are 2 application forms based on study level. You must ensure you complete the correct form. There is 1 form for postgraduate applicants and 1 form for undergraduate applicants. 2. There is no save progress function, so you will need to complete the application form in 1 session. You will need to answer all required questions to move to the next page. If you have not answered anything, an error message will appear informing you of this. 3. Once you have completed all pages, there will be a final opportunity to review your answers. Remember, once you select submit, this is final. You will not be able to make any changes to your application after submission. And the last one is, if you are completing the form on a smartphone, you may need to turn your phone to landscape to see all text. So this is what you need to know before you can start the application. Now let's go to the questions on the application form. The first section on the application form contains the personal details. So they are going to ask you, how did you apply to your undergraduate course? Was it through UCAS International Foundation Program, Kaplan, or a global transfer program? Then the next one is you are going to enter the application ID, which is your UCAS ID, your student ID, or your Kaplan ID, depending on the route you use for your application. Then the next one is, what degree have you applied for at the University of Bristol? So you enter that. Then, do you intend to make University of Bristol your firm choice with UCAS? You answer that. Then you write your first name, your surname, your email. So this is just giving you details that is on the application form. You know this beforehand before you can start filling the form. So your nationality, your country of residence, your gender, your current or most recent education institution. So you fill all this in the first section. Then the second section is application questions. It says there are 3 short essay questions that you will need to complete. These are all mandatory. The maximum character count is 1,000, including spaces for each question. Each question is scored out of 10 marks. The 3 questions for undergraduate applicants are: Think Big aims to support the brightest and best individuals who demonstrate strong ambition and talent. Describe any outstanding skills or accomplishments you have achieved outside of your academic grades. And this is the answer they are expecting from you. We want to hear about any special skills and achievements that highlight your ambition and how you make a difference. These skills and achievements may have been gained through internships, volunteer work, extracurricular activities, traveling, starting your own business, and then hobbies and passion projects. Then the next question is, Think Big scholars serve as international ambassadors for the university and recognize the power of diverse networks while influencing positive change. How do you plan to contribute to the student community at the University of Bristol? And the answer they are expecting is, we are interested in hearing your ideas for how you will contribute to the community once you arrive in Bristol, or any examples of how you've already been an ambassador for your community. This may include activities such as helping at charitable events, getting involved with societies and students' union groups, or doing outreach activities where you go and work with local communities. And the third question is, we are looking for Think Big scholars who will use their time as Bristol to make the most of opportunities and realize their full potential. Tell us about your future goals and how your chosen course at Bristol will support you to achieve them. The answer they are expecting is, tell us about your plans for your future career goals and what your chosen course will do to help you achieve this. How will you make the most of opportunities while in Bristol? Be specific. We want to hear about your personal expectation and anticipated contributions. Remember to link your responses back to the original question. So I don't even need to explain it because they've already explained this, and this is what they expect you to answer for the application. So this is it for the undergraduate application. We've gone through the questions. Let's go through the postgraduate application. This is the introduction to the postgraduate guidance, and it says, please note, you must apply to study before applying for a scholarship. If you have not yet submitted an application to study at Bristol starting in September 2025, then you cannot apply for a scholarship. So it's basically the same as the undergraduate. You have to apply for a master's program before you can apply to the scholarship. Then it says the Think Big Scholarship scheme offers tuition fee scholarships of up to £26,000 per year of study, as well as one-off bursaries of up to £3,000 to support prospective international students at the University of Bristol. So master students are going to receive £26,000 for their program in a year, and they're also going to receive a £3,000 stipend. Now let's see the eligibility criteria. It says to be eligible for the university's postgraduate scholarship, you must have applied to an eligible 1-year full-time taught master's program or one of our eligible 2-year programs, MSc Social Work and MA Law. You must start your master's program in September 2025. You must be classed as an overseas student for fee-paying purposes, which basically means you should be an international student. You must not already be in receipt of other funding, which would equate to more than full cost of tuition fees alongside Bristol Scholarship, which means you must not have any scholarship with the amount equal to your tuition fee at the Bristol University. Then the last thing is you must meet or exceed the entry requirements as stated by the University of Bristol. Then what we found, it says your Think Big Scholarship will be applied as a tuition fee waiver directly to your tuition fees. No cash alternative is offered. Your tuition fee will be adjusted at the time of your enrollment at the university. The discount is applied each year you are studying at the university. Think Big Scholarships will not be applied for any years not spent at the university, a placement here in industry or study abroad. That's the example. In addition to scholarship awards, you may be awarded a bursary of up to £3,000. Then we have how to navigate the application form. This part is giving us details we need to know before we can start the application. The first thing is there are 2 application forms based on study level. You must ensure you complete the correct form. There is one form for postgraduate applicants and one form for undergraduate applicants. 2. There is no save progress function, so you will need to complete the application form in one session. You will need to answer all required questions to move to the next page. If you have not answered anything, an error message will appear informing you of this. 3. Once you have completed all pages, there will be a final opportunity to review your answers. Remember, once you select Submit, this is final. You will not be able to make any changes to your application after submission. Then the last one is, if you are completing the form on a smartphone, you may need to turn your phone to landscape to see all the text. So this is good information you need to know before you can start the application. Now let's move on to the questions on the application form. For the first section, you give information on your personal details. So you answer, how did you apply for your postgraduate course? And it says there are several application routes available when applying to study at the University of Bristol. Please select which pathway you used, one of University of Bristol's application portal or global transfer program. Then you enter your student ID, what degree you have applied for at the university. Have you applied for any additional degree? Are any of the programs you have applied to distance learning? You enter your first name, your surname, your email, your nationality and residency, and all that. So these are just personal details you have to answer. So let's move on to the second section. Section 2, application questions. There are 3 short essay questions that you will need to complete. These are all mandatory. The maximum character count is 1,000, including spaces for each question. Each question is scored out of 10 marks. So the first question is, Think Big aims to support the brightest and best individuals with the talent and drive to be future change makers. Please describe any special attributes or accomplishments that you believe would make you an ideal candidate for a Think Big scholarship. And the answer they want is, we want to hear about any special skills and achievements that highlight your ambition and how you make a difference. These skills and achievements may have been gained through internships, volunteer work, extracurricular activities, traveling, starting your own business, hobbies and passion projects. Then the second question is, Think Big scholars serve as international ambassadors to the university and understand the importance of building strong relationships. Please give an example of when you have demonstrated clear leadership and/or team working skills. Then the answer is, tell us how you have demonstrated the ability to guide, motivate and inspire others to achieve a common goal or vision. This may have been gained in a setting such as work, university, community, sport or volunteer activity. The last question is, through Think Big, we aim to support students who have a clear goal and ambitions for their future. Please explain your plans after graduation and how studying your chosen program at the University of Bristol will help you achieve your goals. The answer they are expecting is, we are interested to learn what it is about the University of Bristol that attracts you, and how do you feel that being part of the university community will help to achieve your goals. Be specific. We want to hear about your personal expectation and anticipated contributions. Remember to link your responses back to the original question. So these are all the details you are going to find on the application form. There is more here, so you can go through it and read before you start your application. Now, before you apply to the Think Big Scholarship, you must apply to an undergraduate or a postgraduate program. So let's see how we can do that application. Here it says applying from your country. If you have studied at a school, college or university outside the UK, please select your country below for information about our typical entry requirements, scholarships and education representatives. If your country or qualification is not listed, please contact us for advice. So let's go down and check the countries. I'm going to look for Ghana. So Ghana is here, so I'm going to click this. This is the entry requirements for applying to the scholarship. Each program has its own entry requirements, but this is the general requirements for each country. For the undergraduate requirements, it says you can apply for undergraduate courses through the Universities and College Admission Service, that's UCAS. And this is the institution code. Entry requirements vary for each course, just like I said, so you have to check your program for the program's entry requirement. Then when we come down here, it says applicants who have successfully completed the first year of a Ghanaian university's bachelor's degree will be considered for admission to the first year of our bachelor's degree courses. So if you're in the university and you just completed your first year, you can apply to a bachelor's degree program at this university. Then applicants with international baccalaureate diploma or British A-levels will be considered for admission to our bachelor's degree courses. Applicants who have completed high school in Ghana are usually exempt from providing additional evidence of their English language ability. So if you completed a senior high school in Ghana, you don't have to submit an English language test. You are exempt from submitting them. Then we have the postgraduate entry requirement. You should apply online for all postgraduate programs. So for the undergraduate, you are applying through UCAS, but for the postgraduate, you are applying through the university's application portal. Applying through the university's application portal is free. You will not pay anything for the application, but applying through UCAS comes with a charge. To be considered for admission to a master's degree program at the University of Bristol, the minimum requirement for entry is typically an undergraduate degree from an acceptable institution that is equivalent to a UK upper second class degree, also known as a 2-1. Applicants who hold a master's will be considered for admission to PhD study. Applicants who have completed a degree in Ghana are usually exempt from providing additional evidence of their English language ability. A degree is a full bachelor's degree course or a master's program of at least 1 year. So if you're applying for a master's program and you have a bachelor's degree from Ghana, you don't have to submit an English language test. If you are not from Ghana and you are from any other country, you can go through the countries, find your country and look at the requirements before you can start your application. I'm going to leave all the links in the description so you can just click it and find every detail you need. Here we have courses and programs, and this is how you find your programs for the application. This is undergraduate courses and postgraduate programs. So if you're an undergraduate, you click this one, and for postgraduate, you click this. So I'm going to click postgraduate, and it says find your program. If you have your program in mind, you can just enter it here, or you can just click browse all programs. So these are the programs at the university. We are going to find a third program because it says the scholarship is eligible for postgraduate third programs. So this program is MA Creative Writing. It's a third postgraduate program. So let's click on this. So when we come down here, we have overview, structure, and entry requirements. We are going to click entry requirements. And this is going to give you the program's entry requirements for applying. You can just read through and make sure you meet the requirements before you start your application. Some programs may require you to submit other documents, so you have to go through it. If you want to apply, you just click apply now. It says apply for September 2025, so let's click this. So this is the application portal. If you're a new applicant, you click new applicant. Then you enter your details here, your username, your password. Tick these boxes and click next. You follow this process and you can create your account and start your application. Applying to master's programs at the University of Bristol is not very difficult. It's a very simple process, so you can just go through it and complete your application. After you finish your program application, you can start your scholarship application. I'm not going to go through the undergraduate program search because it's almost the same as the postgraduate search. The only difference is that you are applying through UCAS. So this is how you apply to the Think Big scholarships and programs at the University of Bristol. Good luck to all those who are going to apply to the scholarship, and I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment and help support my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.